this is your autumn equinox reading. Let's see what the cards have for you. This is a general reading, so please take with it whatever you feel applies to you, and everything else just leave. Thank you very much. I ask my spirit guides as well as my ancestors to please guide this reading and to please let you guys know whatever it is that you need to hear in this moment. Okay, so right off the bat, the Queen of Swords showed up. So the Queen of Swords showed up in reverse. So this is telling me, and the Ten of Pentacles showed up in reverse. Okay. That almost fell. Okay, so the Queen of Swords in reverse, she's telling me that at this time there are some things that you need to say. Your opinion definitely needs to be voiced at this time. There seems to be some kind of oppression, some kind of reluctance to speak up. So there is a need to really allow your voice to be heard and allow to say things directly, say things unbiasedly, to remain unbiased, and to really be able to formulate an opinion and to communicate it in a way that your voice is heard and that your intentions are clear and your wants and your needs are very clear as well, because you're not able to speak your mind the way that you would like to at this moment. You're not speaking your truth. You're not allowing yourself to have a say, to have a stronger say, to have more, to vocalize what it is that you need in your life. So it's time to turn that around, because by not speaking up for yourself and not having a voice, you're not able to move forward with what it is that you need, or what it is that spirit is trying to offer you, the universe, whatever it is that you believe. They're trying to bring you abundance. They're trying to bring you everything that it is that you've ever wanted. But the Ten of Pentacles showed up in reverse. I mean, this is you not having faith in the bigger picture, you having these thoughts and having these wants that you want to create. You want to create this life for yourself. However, it's almost like it's too good to be true. That can't happen for you. It can happen for you. You just have to speak your truth. You have to speak up, voice your opinion. You have to say what it is that you want in order to get it. You're not going to get anything that you don't ask for or you don't fight for. So fight for this picture of the future that you want in your head, because it's right on the cusp of happening. But I also see the Three of Pentacles in reverse. So this card tells me that sometimes we need to collaborate with others in order to make our dreams come true. We need to not only ask for help, but also accept help when it's being offered. So it's important that if you're not able to achieve something and you really do need a helping hand, ask for help. Don't be so prideful as to allow yourself to be stuck in a situation that is, an unfavorable situation, a bad situation, or one that's just not progressing. It's important that if you're stuck in that kind of a situation, that you do ask for help, you do form a collaboration, and that you do put your pride aside and allow yourself to move forward, even if it means stepping back. So it's very important that you don't see these, you can't see these things as a misstep, like sometimes taking a step back is taking a step forward. You know what I mean? It's just sometimes you have to look at things differently and change your perspective in order for you to achieve the future that you want, because the world did come up. This is accomplishment. This is you moving forward. This is traveling. This is abundance. This is you having the world in your hands, if you allow yourself to go about it in a way that works for you. And you have to make sure that you are making yourself very clear. That's, the Queen of Swords. You have to make sure that you are what am I looking for? You are, I guess, communicating in a way where others are clearly understanding what it is that you need from them. And that's where you'll find your help. There may be some decisions that you need to make at this time. There may be some important things that you have to decide. And, this card, it's like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. There may be some difficult decisions. There may be some, this is just allowing yourself to see things for what they truly are in order to make your decision and to see things clearly. So it's very important. If you look at her, she is blindfolded. So it's very important that you remove that blindfold and you see things for what they actually are, so that you can make a sound decision. And the Temperance came up. The Temperance, you have to be patient with yourself, patient with others. You have to trust in the process. You have to find some balance in this process. You have to find a way to really get in touch with yourself on a spiritual level to see what it is that you need out of the situation, and how can you achieve it while remaining balanced. I see that whatever changes are being made, or whatever changes that you may not want to make, this is the Six of Swords. This is a move that needs to be made, even though you may not want to. So this is something, a decision, a choice, moving on, moving forward, moving away from. This is something that needs to be done. And, those tough decisions, the Two of Swords, once you are able to find that balance that the Temperance is telling you to find, once you figure out, the pros and the cons, make your list and really figure out what works best for you, because there is change, there is movement, there is moving away from something, there is moving on. So whatever that situation is, you may not want to do it, but it's going to be a change, and it's going to be a move that you will appreciate once you get there. You will appreciate it once you see, like, oh, okay, this is what I was supposed to be doing. I'm on the right path. Like, now I realize. You may feel like you might regret that decision, but this is a decision that definitely has to happen. Like a rite of passage almost. So that's very important. And some of you may be getting over, some of you may have some trust issues because you're getting over somebody who deceived you. You're getting over a situation where somebody was not honest. Somebody was trying to get away with something. Somebody was trying to deceive or, be sneaky about how they felt or their thoughts, or they were just not being very honest. So this may be the reason for your reluctance, but this is by you taking that situation, you know, if you have been hurt in the past, deceived in the past, you're getting over this, and it's making you insecure about your decisions. This is where, you know, the Eight of Swords, she came up. This is where you have to change your thought process, where your thoughts are now becoming a prison for you, and you're not allowing yourself to see things for what they really are, which is where the Two of Swords comes up. You have to see things as they actually are, as they are presented. And by staying in that thought process of, you know, being scared, when you get screwed over, you're not going to be very quick to make the next move. I mean, that's just, it's a little bit of, you know, being traumatized out of that situation, but you are preventing yourself from receiving the abundance, from receiving, this is the Nine of Cups, this is the wish card, all of your wishes coming true. So everything that you want has potential to manifest, but you are getting in your own way by staying in the same state of mind as you were when you were going through it with whoever this deceiving, nasty person is. So it's important that you remove yourself out of that. And it's funny because, speaking of removing yourself, I mean, the Devil came up in reverse. So not only do you have to remove yourself from this negative frame of mind, this negative mentality, this constant run around in your mind of these negative thoughts, and that you have the power to control your thoughts. You have the power to remove these negativities from your mind so that you can have a more peaceful state of mind. That is in your control. So the Devil in reverse is telling you that you are resisting removing yourself from the negative things that no longer serve you, that no longer work for you. You have the power to remove yourself from this situation, but you're staying stuck in this situation. Why? Why? That's the question. Why? Why are you what's the word I'm looking for? Why are you compromising your state of mind, your mental health? Why are you compromising that? That's what you have to figure out, because you have to release yourself from these things. Take yourself away from anything that's these negative forces that are keeping you tied down, that are keeping you in this state of mind. What is it? Are like the codependency, possibly addiction. These are things that you have to release yourself from in order to move forward. I mean, the Three of Swords, you may have, you know, between the deception, the Seven of Swords and the Three of Swords, this is something that you may have really been hurt by. So that sorrow, that pain that you have felt before, that you're getting over now, you need some serious self-love time, some self-care time, some time to yourself, by yourself, to really hear your thoughts, to feel your feelings, to figure out what is best for you, to figure out why is it that you're keeping yourself in these situations that no longer work for you. Because by doing that, by releasing yourself from these negative forces, you make space, you make room, You create room for bigger and better things to come along, because the Knight of Pentacles, clearly you have a lot to offer. You just have to be patient, but you have a lot to bring to the table. You will be discovering new opportunities. You will be discovering your new financial opportunities even, but you have to implement this new way of removing yourself from the toxic energy. That's the only way that you're going to achieve this, is by allowing yourself to look out for yourself. Stop being your own worst enemy that you're keeping yourself in these situations that no longer are good for you, that no longer serve you, that are not promoting growth. The Ace of Swords came up in reverse. It's a lot of reversals, but that's okay. The Ace of Swords, there are breakthroughs that want to come through. See, within each one of these readings, it's important that all of you know that whatever comes out in the cards, you have absolute power to change all of this, to turn it all around. You have the power to manifest whatever you want. These cards are just giving you, they're like a mirror. It's a mirror being held up to you, showing you what's going on right now so that you can finally see it. You can acknowledge it, and then you can move forward knowing this information and implement it in a way that works for you. So let me tell you, there are breakthroughs that are trying to come through, but you're blocking them. There are blockages that are not allowing these new ideas to flow, this new way of communicating. You know, this breakthrough wants to come into your life and wants to manifest. But the High Priestess came up in reverse. You're not listening to your intuition. You're not listening to your gut. This is important. This is so important. Listening to what it is that absolutely feels right or absolutely feels wrong within yourself. It's important to acknowledge it and to not ignore that voice, that gut feeling. You can't ignore it, because the more you try to silence it, it's like you're trying to silence the universe. You're trying to silence your spirit guides and your ancestors that are only looking out for you. They're trying to warn you. They're trying to give you more, to make your situation better, and you're not listening. So funny. But if you do, bright days are ahead. Sunny days, bright sunny days. The sun, the sun card. When the sun card comes up, just imagine the sun. You know, when you're outside, like today, it's a beautiful day in New York, and autumn equinox, it's 80 degrees outside. It's scorching hot. But whenever I'm outside, no matter how hot it is, I look up at the sun, and it's like it invigorates you. It gives you life again. This card is showing you that you will have life again. You will breathe that life back into yourself again, but only you can do that. And that is clarified with the Four of Swords, that you need to do some serious self-reflection. This is some time to really spend by yourself, alone, to hear your thoughts. This is, the guy's literally sleeping in this card, and it came up in reverse because you're not listening to yourself when you know that you need a break. You know that you need to chill out and give yourself a moment to stop hearing everybody else and to start hearing yourself, to start hearing your thoughts, to start hearing your own intuition, to start hearing your high priestess or your high priest, to hear that the divine, when you get that gut feeling, when you get those those instincts and that intuition, you know, we all have it. We all have it. And it's important that you give yourself the opportunity to listen closely, and to really start to differentiate between your ego and your instincts. The Two of Cups came up in reverse. So there may be the Two of Cups came up in reverse and the Tower came up in reverse. So some of you may be going through a really hard time within a partnership, whether it be romantic, a coworker, a friend, some kind of partnership is going through it right now. They're going through it, and it came up with the Tower. There may be some, in reverse it came up, so there may be some kind of partnership that is in some desperate need of change. And we're talking big change, like everything collapsing and you building back up from scratch kind of a change. So there are some of you that will be going through a big shift within partners, whatever that means to you. I knew the Death card was coming. I knew it. I just knew it. Death. Dum dum dum. But not really. It's not scary. But change can be scary. So between the Tower card and the Death card, I mean, the Death card is telling you that right now you will be shedding an old skin, and you will be coming into your new personal transformation. And this old way of thinking, this old you, this old way of doing things is going to be gone. You're going like a snake shedding its old skin. You will be going through a personal transformation. It didn't come up in reverse, so I don't see. The Tower came up in reverse, so there may be some resistance, but then you're going to accept this change, and you're going to go head first. The Knight of Swords. I mean, you could tell he's in a rush. He's getting it. He's getting there. His sword already out, ready to go. This is your thought process, your way of communicating, your way of thinking, the way you have normally expressed yourself in the past is changing. Going forward, you will be able to express yourself. Going forward, you will have that Queen of Swords energy where you are direct and you are able to communicate in a way that you are making yourself very clear about what you want and what you need. So there is personal transformation, and there is speaking up for yourself coming. You will be able to communicate much clearer after you go through this transformation. Interesting. So now I'm going to pull a couple of oracle decks. Why do I always say that? Pull a couple of oracle cards. Jeez Louise. Let's see. Spirit guides, please guide my oracle cards to give a nice ending to this reading. Oh, there's two. Let's see. Boundaries. Those boundaries, girl. You gotta set them boundaries and speak up for yourself. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? Set those boundaries. I think there's something that came up before about that. That's fine. Keepers of the earth, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand behind you. Very interesting. So, yeah. Set those boundaries. Speak up. Speak up for yourself. Allow people to understand what you want, what you need, what you don't want in your life. That's very important, especially, when it comes to removing yourself from those negative situations and having more control over your thoughts and how you process things and how you think about things, how you think about yourself. It's important that you don't create a mental prison for yourself and you really get control of your thoughts. You have to find balance in whatever this move is that you're making. But you have to speak up. That Queen of Swords, I feel that Queen of Swords energy, I really feel it when it comes to the boundaries thing, because when she came up in reverse, she's saying you're not speaking your truth, you're not speaking up for yourself, you're not being direct about what it is that you need. And this boundaries right here, you need to set your boundaries. Set those boundaries and allow the blessings to come through. Listen to your intuition. It's speaking to you. Change is coming. Take a few minutes to really reflect, to be by yourself, to really understand how you process your thoughts. It's not until you understand how we all have messed up ways of thinking sometimes, and we can be really hard on ourselves and down on ourselves, but it's not until we take a minute to hear ourselves talking crap about ourselves. Like, we have to hear that in order to really change it. If you don't understand what's going on within you, you're not able to change it or fix it. So it's time to love yourself. It's time to spend more time with yourself. And it's time to make these moves, accept these changes, and to move forward. Don't forget about this card. Sunny days are coming. Happy days are coming. Thank goodness. Because it's the autumn equinox. Okay, guys. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. This reading put me in a much better mood. I am excited. I will be doing your October monthly readings that will be coming out on October 1st for each zodiac sign. So I'm excited. And I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Please give me a thumbs up. And please subscribe. Please share. Please comment. I love feedback. Please find me on Instagram. It'll be all down in the description box. And you can email me for a personal reading, which we can do through FaceTime. Or if you're in New York, we can meet up in person. So just let me know. And until next time, thank you guys.